Jesus Christ, yeah, that's my Savior.
That's us.
Don't give it to. Yep.
That mean we ready, y'all.
We ready.
Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that?
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
The new
giggity gangsta.
baby.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can.
All right. And if you don't know, now you know.
If you hear me, you heard me.
You heard me. You heard me for real. What's good, y'all? It's Freestyle Friday.
It is.
First. Is it the first Friday of the new year?
It
no?
is.
No, it's the first,
No, this is the second.
the second Friday.
This year going by so fast.
Second
Who's keeping
Friday.
count?
Second
Because
Friday.
the first Friday was last Friday
Was
after
last
New
Friday.
Year's.
Yeah. And how's this week went for y'all? First full work week in the new year. How you making it?
I'm making it.
Mhm.
I've been ultra productive. I've been like really getting 10x out of every effort that I
Okay.
usually just get probably 1.5x.
Mm.
So if I can keep that going up all year,
Right.
this should be a game changing year.
Yeah, remind me to get some WD for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I heard it on another show too. I was listening to another show and I heard the chest squeaking. So
I
yeah.
just stand up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit down the whole show, y'all.
Sat on down.
I'm sitting down the whole show.
So on Tuesday it was going slow, but now at the end of the week it's like it seemed like it
The whole
flew by.
year is flying by already.
Yeah, it seemed like it flew by.
I don't know. So 2026,
Mhm,
right? And I
mhm.
will say this. If the first 9 days is an example of how 2026 is gonna be,
Oh,
buckle up.
okay. Yeah.
It looks like it might be.
When was the Cat Williams? That was like the first few days of 2025, right?
24, I think.
Okay, when Cat Williams did his thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, y'all, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. Therefore, the views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, and callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carefesta Radio, 99 Jams, its owners, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. Just want to make sure that y'all clear. We talking for
views expressed.
Yeah, we speaking for ourselves.
Yes. And
Yeah. So weekend plans.
So I'm gonna go to the stretch lab.
What's the stretch lab?
It stretch you out, move your muscles. I'm gonna do that. I'm taking some time for like just the woosah. So that's
Some
a part.
self-care.
I'm gonna do that. I'm
Okay.
also gonna do a massage this weekend.
Okay.
And then
Oh,
I
you
got
got a
some.
whole self-care
I
thing
like
planned.
that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then what
Yeah.
I also gonna do, per Mr. Edmond,
Uh-oh.
which I knew it.
Uh-oh.
I'm finding me some water. Like I
Okay.
need to.
Okay, yeah.
Warm water.
I need to go jump in the ocean.
Morning. Happy Friday. I hear you.
I need to jump in the pool, some ocean, some something.
I mean, you're a mermaid.
I know. And so, like, listen, I've been a little, honestly, I'm a Libra too, right?
Yeah.
And so my scale has not been balanced.
Okay.
And so I need to find some, synergy.
A spot.
A spot. So that's what I plan on doing is regrounding myself and doing some stuff like that. And then diving into some work.
Actually,
getting some more work.
Doing some backstroking. So there's also an opportunity to do that for yourself if you want to come to Child's Park. Families, this one's for you. It's a day of healing, a creative day designed for all ages. It's called Restore and Explore. So I guess that's the spirit right now.
Yeah.
And at this Restore and Explore, there will be free family wellness events, yoga and movement, free haircuts, nature and wellness stations, storytelling and creativity, music and mindfulness, and healing spaces. So
can I ask you this, Brother John?
Sure.
How I don't know about this? I'm still being puzzled by this. Is my second time hearing about it. I really like this. Who doing it?
It's the Competitive Readers Coalition. One community.
This is my third time, fourth time, fifth time.
It's a heart
and
thing.
I seriously,
Child's Park Neighborhood Association.
I apologize, y'all.
Yeah.
Blame it on my head, not my heart.
Had no idea. Huh?
Blame it on my head, not my heart.
Yeah.
It's because you're so busy getting stuff done.
Yeah, you so locked in doing all these 10X, your 10Xs.
Yeah, my 10Xs.
You just 10X.
Good morning, Tiffany.
Ooh, Mr. X, Mr. Edmund, 10X.
That's it.
Ooh, I had to get up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna stay back down. Mr. Edmund 10X. Y'all tell me how y'all like my new name.
Mr. Edmund 10X.
Ooh. Bro, John, I really like that. Is there a 10X?
It might be. I mean, I
know it's a 4X.
Yeah, it is a 4X.
You can be anybody you want to be.
Yeah. Your name is your name.
Hold on, let me work on this right now. Y'all go ahead.
No, that's not what we do.
I'm joking.
Yeah. Also, there's some other opportunities as well. So to kick off to the new year, you can kick it off with flavor, fun, and community. Fusion 49th and Saturday Night Shops are presenting the Taste of the New Year Foodie Fest. That'll be tomorrow from 12 to 6 at Charlie Market Square, 4900 18th Avenue. They call it Tangerine on the Gulfport side. You can bring your whole family out for a free community event, plenty of food, live music, local vendors, and come hungry, come ready to shop, come support local, and let's celebrate the new year together and keep our community strong.
I gotta get me some new glasses.
Okay,
hope glasses.
You might need to wipe off the lens, man. Yeah.
It's on the lens.
Look like something on there.
I'm not with y'all this morning. I'm totally not with y'all this morning.
I'm just riding. I'm just along for the ride. We made it this far. We just made it this far. Last thing is we would like to definitely highlight that there's a complimentary community event focused on our youth and our families and our future. So Keyshawn's Corner presents the Bridging the Gap Youth Mental Health Summit. That's going to be tomorrow as well at 6 p.m. A powerful gathering dedicated to bridging the gap between generations and raising awareness about mental health for our youth and the wider community. Your involvement will help create a safe space, spark meaningful conversations, and inspire real change for our young people. And it's at the Enoch Davis Center. It's free. Only thing that they're asking is that you go and register. You go to Keyshawn's Corner. That's corner with a K too, by the way. Keyshawn'sCorner.org and register in advance. And pull up. Come on out. So that's happening this weekend. And I saw an article too. It was just really coming back. I was trying to find it in that same spirit about youth and suicide, man, because that's still an issue, an ongoing and ever increasing issue.
And I thank you for that, Brother John, because we is dealing with an epidemic.
Yeah,
and it ain't talked about enough,
right?
And we got to really take it serious because it is really ripping through our community. And especially black men of all ages, young boys all the way to older men.
Yes.
Right. We have some real, rest in peace to a lot of them brothers, right? Because we got some brothers from here.
Yeah.
From all ages.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That done, and we got to take it serious. It's helplines. We got to be there for each other.
That's right.
Right. we got to be able to, you know what I'm saying? What it is, have that emotional and social intelligence.
Yes.
Right?
You know what I think is that people equate success to happiness.
Okay.
Talk.
You know,
Okay.
or even when you look at students, they look at kids that are making good grades and seem like they have it together, that they're happy.
Mm-hmm.
And success and happiness is not the same thing.
Okay.
You know, and so they think,
Ooh.
and so when you look at it, like you'll have the star athlete and you be like, they got it all,
but they're not happy.
Yeah. You know,
success ain't happy.
No, success is not happiness, you know. And so when you look at it, you look at these students and and look, and it really is. And we had D-Lane who passed away in the city.
Somebody who was apparently successful by a lot of people's standards.
And even when you look at when you look at Qiana, and when you look at he was an athlete, he was a good student, you know what I mean?
Went to college,
the whole 9 yards. So when you look at it, happiness does not have a face to it. Right? And people mask it, and
that's what it be.
People
wear a good mask, and we be still hurt.
Oh, let me switch that. No, suicide doesn't have a face to it.
Okay.
Depression does not have a face to it.
Okay.
So when people are dealing with it, it's a lot of people that you look that put a smile on their face, and they're actually out here helping other people and battling their own battles. And sometimes those demons, you know, conquer them even while they're helping somebody else through theirs.
Right. And I saw an article that was talking about it.
Good morning, Sharon.
It was talking about the increase in suicide and the struggles among children and teenagers. And they were arguing that it's not just an individual issue, that it's a community crisis. And it's being shaped by social and economic and emotional pressures. The article was talking about how it's become a leading cause of death among Black adolescents. And this trend increased over the last several years. They say younger children are also now being affected, not only teens. Mental health challenges are often overlooked. Black children often experience depression, anxiety, and trauma more than others. These issues are frequently misdiagnosed or untreated, they said. And then, of course, the cultural stigma around mental health can prevent families from seeking help. I think we've been doing a good job at trying to bust through that wall, but it's still a thing where people don't want to go and seek the help that they need. And so if you need help, go get it, man.
Go get it. But I mean, I think society has definitely turned the corner and letting you know that like getting therapy doesn't make you crazy. You know what I mean? It's a sign of being strong. Like,
I need some help.
Right. That's just like if you had diabetes and your eyes going bad, you're gonna try to figure it out because you want your vision. You know, you're gonna go and try to figure it out. So I mean,
and get the help that you need. And I think that's another shout out to Keyshawn's Corner for what they're doing to make it available, and then using the youth to help center these spaces. So this Bridging the Gap Youth Summit, I love the way that Keisha organizes these, because it centers the youth and it allows the adults to be able to hear from them in a way that, you know, we probably wouldn't if that space wasn't created.
And you know, because me and you did one of Keyshawn Corners, which was really dope. And we were at Urban Drinkery. Shout out
to Urban.
And so if you haven't got your morning coffee, make it there.
Pull up.
But
but it was, but just the way that we did it was like it's a different.
It's a
take on it.
It really is. And to listen to the kids, and then what you realize is that a lot of times in society, and not just in our culture, is that trauma is normal and you accept it because because one of the kids was like, I'll never get therapy. And we was like, wow, my mama ain't never got therapy, and she all right. And she lost this, and she was fine. She was fine. And then the rebuttal too is like, she may be, but have you ever just seen her snap for no reason? You know what I mean? And because that's norm in your house, you just said, oh, she normal. But no, it's because she's dealing with these extra pressures and trying to battle these demons by herself without help.
Right.
But we
But help is here. It ain't on the way. You know, you should say help is on the way. Help is here. And so you can, again, check out Keyshawn's Corner. That's corner with a K. Keyshawn's Corner with a K.org. And then tomorrow night at 6:00 at the Enoch Davis Center, you can, tap in. Also, just a quick headline I saw that they said that flu activity. Y'all know we were talking about this, I think, Monday. So flu activity is at the highest levels that they've been in 25 years. Health officials report that flu activity in the United States has reached the highest level in quarter century. Levels, doctor visits for fever, sore throat, and cough haven't been this high since the 1990s. Nearly all states are seeing high or very high flu activity right now, with only a handful at moderate or low levels. They said it's a new flu strain. Okay, there we go. We were talking about this before the show. They said it's a new flu strain known as subclad K. It's a variant of influenza AH3N2, and it's spreading widely, and it emerged after this year's vaccine strains were selected, meaning that the flu shots offer only partial protection against it. So when I was watching the article, you know, they had like a video about it, and you know, they were pushing the vaccination for the flu, but then the lady who was, you know, the doctor who they had, she was basically saying that the flu shot that they're giving you is not going to be as effective. It's a fluke, right? It's not going to be as effective against this strain of flu, because they chose a different strain to shoot you with. So they shoot you with one strain, but that's not the strain that's actually out here.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Now listen, do as you please.
They getting you regular unleaded when you need 93. Ooh. And so it's not going to be effective.
This is the thing is, like,
that's what news reports said.
Yeah, but I have a question.
That ain't going to really work.
What, like, if you have, so like, I guess you got to pick and choose which one. Like, there's nothing that covers all flus. That, like, when you shoot it, I don't know, but I've never
ginger shots. I'm not a doctor. I'm not.
Does not constitute medical advice.
I'm a former street pharmacist, but I'm not a pharmacist. I don't have no papers on the wall. But them ginger shots been clearing me out.
Yeah, take a ginger shot. Because the
I have been doing ginger shot, and I'll tell you, like we talked about, like I'm not a sickly person. Yeah, like I'm not a sickly person. Like it's really rare that I like get sick or something like put me down. Yeah, and I don't know if I had the flu, or not.
But I think if you had it, you probably would know, because that flu, boy, that it hurt.
I was down for a couple of days.
It hurts.
And But I have a high
immunity.
Yes, there we go.
And you came and got a ginger shot too, though.
I did come and get a
shout
ginger
out to the Black Money Mob.
Big shots out the Jug, the Black Money Movement, the Cash Mob.
Thank you.
The whole team, everybody that's doing great work, man. Because the real truth is, we got a lot more work to do, right? It came from a protest, it came from a boycott, and it's turned into a movement.
I really want to talk about this because the city,
right? What city?
This city.
Oh,
when you talking about this boycott, is because like people are debating like what can the boycotting this, boycotting that.
So I think
I want to frame that debate for me. How you can even debate that?
But see, this is the thing. I think that what we have is we are from the deep South, right? We are country bumpkins, right? I hate to call us that, right? But we are really deep South, and we have a lot of self-hate, right? And sometimes we don't believe in the things we can do. Right, when we out here talking about the Black Money Movement and the power of our dollar, there's people that vocally don't believe that. They're in their heart, their mind. Some people keep it to themselves, and some people just, hey, they don't believe in it, and that's okay. And guess what? Wow. There's a space for you in the movement, and it's over there. There's a space for you right over there. That's your space. You just stay over there and just let us do it.
Yeah.
Because this is something that's so magical. Because like I done been a part of movements.
Yeah.
I don't walk the streets with 1,000 people.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And we ain't see no businesses closed.
Yeah.
Right.
We
And
ain't
this
see,
business
we ain't
closed.
we ain't see the ground move at all.
But your target wasn't to close businesses when you was doing that. Your target was to change policy.
But see,
and policy was changed.
no, I know the no, because the goal is them people want to do the same thing. Them people want to shake something, man. Them people's end up playing about no.
I mean,
No. So some of them. So it's like a 50-50.
Okay.
But I really think that, you know, the city of St. Pete has a history for marches, everything from the sanitation marches all the way to, you know, the uprisings in 96, right? Which was the second or third uprisings.
Yeah.
They don't tell you about when we used to stand up to the KKK here, right? They don't tell you when the KKK used to come through and they stopped coming through. Right? They ain't just stopped because we was cute. The people was standing up for themselves even back then. You get what I'm saying? And we got to really just respect our city and know where you from, know a little bit of your history, and know that, hey, we can do something. Because it's 12 police officers that changed policing around America.
Yeah.
Right? And they was from here.
It's true. And not only policing, they actually had impacts in other areas. Like once they filed that lawsuit, the Courageous 12, we talking about, once they did that, that opened up doors for everybody, for everything and everybody.
Really did,
you know what I mean? Like it really got a lot of people's attention around the nation. And the idea that it don't work, that's the other thing too I learned. So I was blessed to really talk with some elders in the Nation of Islam. You know what I mean? And they was in their 60s, 70s, in like the early 90s, right? So these was like some OGs, you know what I'm saying? People who walked with Malcolm X and people who remember when Minister Farrakhan first came. You know what I'm saying? Like them kind of people. And the thing that they always impressed upon me was that to remember, like, everybody is not going to be with you. Like
that's all right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because
that's
we have
the
way that the stories are framed about the civil rights movement.
Them people weren't with that man.
They act like, you know, in the way they tell the story, like everybody was always on the same page and all black people was involved. Everybody was engaged. I talked to my mama. She was telling me about my uncle Gene, may God be pleased with him. He integrated laundromats in Leesburg. And she said she remember when he came home from college, because he's the older brother, they younger, you know what I mean? He came home from college on his Black Power kick trying to do this, and they was like, man, ain't nobody with that path. So he was the one in the family that was like trying to get them riled up and organizing. And they was like, man, we good. Like, man, we ain't trying to go over there. We ain't studying them white people. Like, we good over here. Like, they really was not trying to do it. And so it just gave me a glimpse into like the mindset. Like, we want everybody to be with us, and then we tell the stories. We think that everybody was with it, but everybody wasn't with it. And so that's what.
No, there's not, because one part, like, y'all know my Auntie Betty, right? And every time I get a chance to talk to her, or she called me, or I call her, it's always really good, because it's just so eye opening. Because she was in the thick of it, like, and she still is. Like, listen, she still is.
I'm telling you, don't you realize how blessed you are to have that type of connection, man?
Auntie Betty is a jewel, and speaking of jewels, big shot aside to the chairman, right? Chairman O'Malley, right? He is a historical figure in the city, right? He really deserved a statue, right? That's almost impossible. Right, even though we got a black mayor, we got a black police chief, we got a black fire chief, but you won't see a statue of Chairman O'Malley
unless we put it up.
We'll have to do it. Okay, and how much it costs? How much statues cost? 20,000.
Start there. You go. That's the first question that you need to ask.
I know somebody on here knows. Put it in the comments. How much a statue costs? We looking for statues because I want to get 3 statues, maybe 4. 2 for Mr. Brayboy and Miss Brayboy. 1 for Chairman O'Malley.
So the Bray Boys can be together.
That's what it is. That's what I mean. Yeah, they're gonna be together.
You said 2. So the Bray Boys, one.
But
for the Bray Boys.
They 20,000 ahead, ain't they?
I don't know.
I'm just putting a number to it.
You ask how much it costs and then say how much it costs.
I'm putting a number to it. 20,000
ahead. How much it costs? Oh, it's 20,000 ahead.
It's 20,000 ahead.
Where did you get that data from, brother? That was real quick.
You
just Googled it.
Yeah. Download it. It's 20,000 ahead, and we looking to honor the living We want to give these people their flowers. We want to give them their statue while they're here.
Right.
Right? We ain't doing it right if they don't come try to knock it down. We ain't doing it right. If they let it stand up, we ain't did it right. I want it to be so beautiful and bodacious. We got to protect it. We got to have security guards out there. Them people trying to knock it down like Gulfport. No, I'm just playing with Gulfport.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about Gulfport after the break because this
we got some stuff to talk about.
It's a hot topic in Gulfport.
It's a hot topic show.
We also got some we got some stuff to talk about. So y'all stick around. We gonna talk about it too.
Stick and stay.
We'll be back about 6 or 7 minutes after the hour. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Right
watch the broadcast.
99 Jams.
If you own
share,
Facebook, watch the broadcast, share, and if you're listening, listen. Listen.
We're going to break, y'all. Bye.
If you're listening, keep listening.
Chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets, cause that's how we eat. Just a rap about the trap don't mean I ain't about peace.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together, under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams.
Peace in the streets, love to my brothers, love to my sisters. We all need each other. Children need their mothers and they need their dads. Taking a life that don't make you bad. The fact that you do that is so sad. Pocket watching, plotting on another man's cash. Pick up a book instead of picking up a gun. Increase your knowledge and that'll increase your funds. If everyone succeeds, then crime would decrease and people would live instead of resting in peace. Unity, that's what we need. Stand up and be a positive force in the community.
We are one, we must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams. We must stand together,
Must stand together.
all together as one.
As one people.
United we must
United,
stand
we shall rise.
fighting for
And you fight for me
till our race is
till we
done.
see God.
United we must
United
stand
we will rise. Clap with me.
under
Clap.
God we
Clap.
are
Yes,
one.
sir.
We must
Clap.
fly to the
Clap.
sun.
G beat on the track, man, and I mean this is from the heart.
Not destroying
Back and forth to prison, cause my position in the ghetto is wishing. My dreams was in my hand, man, instead of so distant. Violent crimes on my record, showing judges I'm reckless. Guess they think I'm rich and young, like Young and the Restless. Every time I see a young brother rich in peace, got to be the only time when I watch TV. Cause the struggling and suffering is all I see. Besides muscling and hustling at war with heat, I point the finger at the devil boy for taking my peace. Cause the only way to live is to take to the streets. But they rate me as a villain for the killing and dealing. For what? My last resort to make me a living. I don't give a damn, tell them so what? I'm gonna survive even if they threaten me with life. The arms of poverty held tight, making life a fight. But in the sky, we got to unite. Keep your head in the sky.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together. Under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day.
Closed again today for in-person classes. On Capitol Hill, the Senate advanced a bipartisan measure intended to block the Trump.
Yeah.
Just like that, we are back.
We are back. We are back. We
Back
are
like a
back.
Cadillac. Welcome back to the
boom.
Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See
that.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool. Because smart is
the new
gangster.
baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know. Do your little speech.
Oh, that's right. I do got a little speech.
Let
Let me do my little speech.
believe
Let me do
you.
my little speech. Thank you, because I almost forgot the little speech. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carafesta Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, or sponsors, or partners for that matter.
Yeah, I'm glad we
speak by ourselves.
We do speak, and you know what? I just feel like we just did. Like every time we do that, at night when the infomercials come on.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the reason they do that, and it's a reason we got to do it too, y'all.
Yeah.
So I did.
None of your business.
Yeah. No, it's just the truth.
Mhm.
It's the truth.
Ain't none of your business.
So let's get into this real quick. We talked about the flu activity. There is what the people say.
Is the flu going around?
It is a flu going around. We talked about that though.
Yes, it's making me sick.
So there was a topic for what the people say. Should Gulfport apologize for its past as a sundown town? Was the topic. It's a debate.
Should they?
That continued. It was January 6th, which was, I want to say, Tuesday. The Gulfport City Council meeting reignited a public discussion about the city's racial history, specifically around whether they should formally acknowledge or apologize for its reputation as a former sundown town. The city leaders were split, and the public reaction online was very intense and polarized. So when you get into the comment section, it was a lot happening in there. Several of you, so it's, we do with what the people say, we highlight the themes. The first thing that came up was that apologies are necessary for healing.
Reparations.
Many commenters, particularly people of color and longtime residents, argued that harm was real and experienced by living people, not just for the history books. So some of the key points that were raised was that the sundown practices existed even without written laws, because the pushback from
wasn't written.
They said it wasn't actually a law.
It went into the 90s.
They said it wasn't a law.
Into the 90s.
So they're saying that we don't have to do it because
We ain't
it
writing
wasn't
a law.
actually a law.
So I
Just like
hate
lynching wasn't a law. They ain't have a lynching law. They had a lynching law. Gulfport. Somebody tag somebody from Gulfport. I want to find out about the lynching law. What about the KKK law? They ain't have a law for them either.
If you listen to tag somebody from Gulfport.
You want me, when people do stuff like that, that lets you know, like, they have no integrity.
Okay.
What?
This is an integrity thing, because somebody just said that it wasn't, that part wasn't in the paperwork, but we talked about it, we emailed about
there
it.
you go.
But then you're saying,
Ooh,
but
walk
that
right.
wasn't a part of the paperwork. But you know exactly that we talked about. So this is an integrity thing. And people who do that don't have integrity. And I'm going to tell you, you don't trust them as far as you can throw them. And you can't throw grown-ups nowhere. For real. Like, I mean, you really can't.
Good morning,
And
Mr.
what
Reese,
I'm
from Panama.
realizing is that I don't care if they're your leaders. I don't care if they church members. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they be on here crying, acting like they sorry about something. Integrity, if you don't have it, you don't have it. And when you try to twist words and do all this other stuff, you don't have integrity. And those people over there that's saying, hey, it wasn't officially a law, don't have any integrity. And that's where I'm standing with
I
it.
hear that. I appreciate that.
Well, you took a long way home.
Yeah, because I mean, and that was another piece of this thing. So that was one of the things. Some people said that the apology was necessary. Recognizing the past injustice helps to explain the present, and it makes space for credible inclusion today. And then there was other people in the comments that were saying, move on. They said no one, this is what they said, move on. No one alive owes an apology. So a large group strongly opposed any apology, calling it unnecessary, divisive, and identity politics. Current residents said they didn't cause the past actions. They are apologizing to people who weren't directly involved. They said the city should focus on other things like infrastructure, business in the future. Revisiting history is seen as reopening old wounds. And so there's actually somebody in the comments that said, why are we talking about apologizing to dead people? And then I was, I got in the comments too, because I'm like, I'm still here because I was impacted by this. Like, I remember it too. So it's not, 300 years ago. Like, this is recent history.
And dead people, somebody lost their family because of that. Like, somebody didn't have a granddaddy because you did the sundown. Like, that does impact. And you know why? You know why you don't want to apologize? Because it was your mama.
Okay.
It was your daddy who did it. Yeah. And then you don't want to say that was your bloodline. And then you, again, this is integrity. You know what I mean? No. People don't want to face the facts. Because you could, and what happens is you paint a picture of who these people were in your life, and you realize that it's tainted.
Yeah.
And you don't want to tell that story to your children and your grandchildren.
I got to really give it to you. You really on fire right now.
Yeah.
Because I almost don't want to say nothing because you rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
But I will add this. This ain't the first time history is being rewritten and revised by some of the same people, right? Some of the same uncles and cousins. This is nothing new.
Yeah.
Right? This is how the game was played. They ain't write it down because they knew it wasn't right. These people was Christians. They know what's right and wrong. They knew it was right and wrong. They knew it wasn't right. That's why they ain't write it down.
But you know what, though? The version of Christianity that they got made them feel like it was okay. Because that was another part of what they thought.
It was so okay they ain't write it down.
Yeah. Well, they ain't make it a law. It was just a practice.
That's how okay it was.
Yeah.
And,
You know what I'm saying?
and listen, as somebody who loves the Lord, right?
Yeah.
I'm finna say this. I do not like that people stand behind Christianity to right your wrongs.
So go there. What
You know
talking
what
about?
I mean? Like,
Go there.
I'm a Christian. I would never, but then you hate on me. You know what I mean?
And then you lie on me.
And then you lie. And then again, like, no.
Then you say something that happened, didn't happen, and then you twist it.
Or,
Or
you know that it happened, but you act like it didn't.
And what you do, and then but then you hide behind your religion to say, I would never because I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
But
you're actually doing it.
You're actually
In real
doing
time,
it. And what you see is that
do they call that
people
hypocrisy? Yeah. Is that
did that make you a hypocrite?
Yeah, to say you believe something that you don't really believe.
This is heavy.
Yeah.
This is heavy.
Yeah.
So
because
Gulfport, we talking about Gulfport.
We talking about a lot of stuff. It's what's on your mind, but go ahead.
But so the current topic is Gulfport debate. What do people say? And we asked, the question that was asked during the city council meeting was, should Gulfport apologize for its past as a sundown town?
If it ain't real, I don't think you should. Don't be flagging. If you ain't bought that, don't do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If that's what y'all own, stay on that.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it.
And that was one of the comments. One of the comments was like, after the apology, then what?
Yeah.
Right? Because you apologize.
If that's what you own, because if you apologize, you know what steps next.
Yeah.
Right? Corrective actions. Apology without actions is nothing.
Yeah. The best apology is change behavior.
We just went through that with the city of St. Pete in the equity study and all that. Right? We got to prove we ain't got no budget to do none of the work that was in the study.
Okay.
Right. So that's the same thing. That's apology with no action.
Yeah, but it wasn't even an apology. It was just
it wasn't an apology, bro.
No, the study was saying that it actually happened.
So can we
and
get
one of the recommendations was to like have an official apology.
Can we get St. Pete to have an official apology? We asking Gulfport, so all the St. Pete people asking Gulfport. So this the pot calling the kettle black. That's why they so emboldened. Because they seeing that, hey, all these people telling us to do it, St. Pete ain't did it.
So let me give you that's one of the themes that came up too. They were saying that the only reason that this is a conversation right now is because of what's happening with the Lincoln Cemetery.
Okay, go ahead, bro. John, get into it.
They said multiple commenters linked the resurfacing of this debate to recent negative attention around Lincoln Cemetery. Some people felt that the cemetery controversy has proved that the city still hasn't reckoned with its past. Others viewed the criticism as exaggerated or politically motivated. The mayor's comment, the mayor actually said that this is BS, basically.
Like
the whole.
But I say this
because she's just upset that.
But I say
they
this.
calling them out.
But I say this, right? So I'm gonna be real bipolar right now. I think I really appreciate Gulfport for housing that cemetery. They didn't have to take the annex, right?
Okay.
They didn't have to do. It don't have to be there. Those could be apartments. Those bodies can be under a parking lot.
Okay.
They do this. We're from a city that does this. And now here's the sundown town saying, okay, I look out for our veterans. Yeah, they black. They from St. Pete, but we got it. Somebody signed that paper. Somebody took it.
Two things can be. We always say two things can be right at the same time.
All right, go for it.
Go
for it.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this: when you look at black cemeteries that has been paved over, how long ago was that? So it was so much easier to pave that over because it was before my lifetime.
But our parents though, like it was like in the 50s. A lot of that stuff was happening in the 40s.
My mama, so like just say like
we was kids when a lot of that stuff happened because that graveyard was over there when Laura Park was there. So like we was alive, right? So right around the corner.
This
is in our lifetime, right? And
it was like my grandparents or my great grandparents when you look at it, not mine.
Who would be buried there?
No. When it would have been knocked down.
No, I'm telling you, it was like 40s, 50s. So the 40s.
Are you talking about?
My daddy was born in 42.
Right.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? My mother-in-law was 45.
And we're talking about.
So if this happened in the 40s, I think this was like maybe 50s or 60s. I can find it.
Find out
because I had an article couple weeks ago we was gonna talk about Lincoln Cemetery. I'll bring it back.
No,
on
I'm
Monday.
not talking about
No, but I
Lincoln.
mean just that whole the time frame of when these things were actually.
But
Yeah,
like,
put it in
the-
context.
but like,
So we have context. Yeah.
right. So Lincoln Cemetery, like, again, I've
Mhm.
always known it was there.
Yeah.
Like, I got people that was
Yeah.
buried there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't go back to even
Like you
and-
don't remember when it was moved and when them bodies were moved and
right.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
And
got
then
you.
when you look at over here at Tropicana Field, when they say that they think that it may be something over there,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I never remember a graveyard over there ever.
Okay. Got you.
That's what I'm. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got
Okay.
you. All right. And so final takeaways from this thing overall from what the people have been saying is few points. The
Mhm.
community is deeply divided over whether the acknowledgement equals accountability or not.
Mhm.
For some, the apology would lead to healing and trust. For others, the apology is guilt and distraction and division. But there was no consensus, but there is a strong emotion on both sides. Many people agree that the conversation itself reveals the unresolved tensions about belonging, memory, and power in the city of Gulfport. So yeah, just bringing it up and the emotions that's associated with it, let you know that it's definitely something that needs to be addressed.
It's something. It's like a thorn on the side. It hurts somebody. Some people have normalized the pain and can just pretend like it ain't there because they don't even feel it anymore. And until it's pulled out, you don't even realize it was something sticking you in the side.
Yeah, true. You live
What's
with the pain. Oh, you know what? That's right though, because you got people walking around right now with some pains that they just feel like, oh, it's just hurt. It's hurting now. It's been hurting for years, and it's always just gonna hurt.
right? And
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's heavy,
every time
bro.
you get up, you just like,
Ah.
but it's like that's not
Mhm.
normal. Like you really need to have that addressed, but you've
Mhm.
normalized. Oh yeah, this thing in my knee. So you're right. Like
Then it
people just-
become normal if you don't handle it.
people
If you
just
don't
get used
handle
to dealing with the pain.
Hey, and I'm glad we're talking about that. The health disparities in St. Pete for the Black community
Okay.
are some of the worst in America.
Mm.
A lot of this data isn't shared, and it's because how bad it is,
Right.
right? The social determinants of health and all these things. You know, I learned this from the foundation,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, we did a lot of
And-
work over there.
And the reality is, you know, learning the data, but also living the reality.
Okay.
Right. So, you know, to a lot of people, those numbers is numbers, but to me, those friends and family,
Right.
you know what I mean? And our health is so important. And I think we take it for granted. And I think sometimes, like, and this is gonna lead to the food pyramid, right?
Okay.
Because you know they just changed the food pyramid.
I remember hearing something like
And
that.
because the food pyramid didn't, the original one that we grew up on did not benefit us.
Yeah.
The food pyramid as it was set when we were kids actually causes inflammation, actually hurts Black men particularly,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then so now they done flipped it upside down and did something. But long story short, we have a lot of health issues, right? And a lot of times people be talking about how the city doing and what the city doing and what and this here and that there. The reality is the city is doing no better than the worst of us.
Okay.
The city is just as sick as the sickest of us, right? And if we ain't helping our sick and our the poorest of us, we ain't doing as good as we think we're doing.
Yes, sir. No, and I saw that, and it was we talked about this too, like the life expectancy based upon your zip codes and the different
Bro,
disparities.
it's 7 to 12 years, 15 years.
Yeah.
So between 4th Street on those two sides of 4th Street, it's like 6-7 years. You go to Snell Isle and compare it to Harbordale or one of the South Side neighborhoods, it's 15-20 years, bruh.
Yeah.
People down at 60, 65, 50 years old versus the guy on the other side of town doing 75, 80.
Right.
That's a whole lifetime, bruh. And it's not enough people talking about it for us. It's not big enough of an issue for us, right? We get the residue. It's all okay. Well, we'll get a grocery store and that'll help everybody. No, we have some issues that's right in front of us right now. We can get out some electrolytes and it'll save people's life. We can get out some fresh fruit and do what crew doing. We'll save some people's life. Right? Not to wait until the grocery store open, not wait until, you know, somebody stroke out. Because
Right.
people having heat strokes and dying and getting paralyzed. And all they needed was some electrolytes.
True. All right, so speaking of paralyzed, there was actually a viral video of a paralyzed man
How you did that, man?
in Memphis jail.
How you did that, man?
So there was
How you did that? Dude, how you did
I be
that?
listening.
Speaking of paralyzed.
Yeah, so there was the man in Memphis who was exposing the conditions of the Memphis jail. A paralyzed Tennessee man, Derek McDonald, he went viral after live streaming the unsanitary and neglectful conditions inside of the Shelby County Jail, showing roaches, mold, and staff failing to attend to his basic needs while he was housed in the facility's units. McDonald said he was left in soiled clothing for days and repeatedly ignored by jail staff, prompting the use of his cell phone to document and share the conditions on Facebook, quickly drawing widespread public attention. Instead of addressing the concerns raised, authorities responded by issuing an arrest warrant for McDonald, accusing him of possessing contraband, which was his phone, in the jail.
You can't have phones in jail.
You can't have phones.
How everybody got to phones?
Okay, so let's keep going. Officials at the jails have defended themselves by saying filming inside the jail violated the privacy protections. McDonald live streams, it highlighted many of the things that people saw as neglect. So he was a paraplegic, I think that's the word for it, but he was driving. I think his license was suspended or something. He was arrested, put in jail, and you could see on the video with him laying in the bed saying, look at this, like, just look. And he had roaches in there. It was a blind man walking, wandering around. And they like, look, ain't nobody attending to these people.
And you know what's really crazy is that, like, I knew that they were going to do that, but you're going to flip it on them. Oh, but you was wrong.
Yeah.
But you're not going to correct what you did wrong, which is crazy to me. But this is America.
Yeah, because the way he highlighted it was against the law. So we ain't going to address what he highlighted. We're going to focus on how he went about telling this story.
How else was he going to highlight it?
Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, that was crazy, right? So
and then so when we're talking about highlighting, everybody saw the video or saw the news about the lady who got shot by ICE.
Yes. Wow.
That's a moment of silence.
You see what she just did? She did that too?
Yeah.
I see what you did. Look at that.
I listened.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that was crazy, man. I probably shouldn't have watched that video.
I ain't watching
because it was.
I've been trying to preserve my little.
I know you've been saying that. You
because for real, dog, they desensitize us with this stuff, and it's just a quick view. It's only 3 seconds, but you watching somebody get smacked.
Yeah,
it's like what's the name of that show? Death Watch or what it's called?
1,000 Ways to Die, something like that.
A Million Ways. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though. Yeah,
Death and Destruction.
Your girl,
it was Death and Destruction.
Tiffany Black was on there.
What it was? Death and Destruction.
I don't know.
Hey, what's the name of the movies that used to watch people get smacked?
I know it was one that talked about a
Danger
1,000 Ways to Die, but yeah. So this for those who haven't seen it or you're not familiar with the story, there was a woman in Minneapolis, U.S. Immigration Enforcement. Let me just put this here for y'all. So,
Maryland.
It was Minneapolis. It was
Minneapolis and Maryland ain't the same.
No, they're not. U.S. Immigration Enforcement officer shot and killed a woman in Minneapolis. It has ignited local outrage and questions about the circumstances surrounding the deadly encounter. I saw a BBC News report that the national officials, including President Trump, claimed that the woman was attempting to run over the officers, but local leaders and witnesses disputed that account, saying that her actions did not match what federal authorities described. They also described this woman as like an agitator, but she was really a legal observer to see what was happening. And so they just framed this, and we're going to talk about this later too, but the way that they framed this around this, who she was, when they started, when it came out who she is for real, it disputed all of those claims. Like she wasn't one of them provocateurs or agents and all of that stuff. Like she was a person who was there as a legal observer, and it's just causing more protests and debates about the use of force with immigration and how they are actually handling these communities.
And this is just show you how, like, when things happen, they don't know who they are attacking, and then they assume that everybody is the same, and then they try to paint this picture, and then when their background come out not match, now they want to shut everything down. Oh, we can't work with them, right? Because now they're saying the FBI can't work with the state and all this other stuff. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on when you look at it, and I know that they teach them to shoot to kill, right? but them tires could have got shot. Like, there's no reason. All the millions of people out there now, it's already a tense situation, right? These people in there are not only angry, they're scared.
Yep.
And then you have you in there bullying, telling them, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that," and you're forcing people to fear you. And there's no respect. Right. And so you're coming in the community, tearing it up, and now you kill somebody off the
No, it's right.
So my thought is it's the same thing that happened to Tyrone Lewis.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they you feel me? It's like that's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So
and it's still...
so you know, she ain't a black lady. You feel me? But it's still the same action. Because this, like you say, this is how it's trained.
Yeah.
You feel me? And they're already saying she was a domestic terrorist now. So there's a new domestic terrorist law. So she just don't fit into the new law immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're gonna charge dude.
Oh yeah.
No, they're not.
No doubt about the fact that he's gonna be, it's gonna be ruled justified and justifiable,
of course,
and all of that stuff. But,
but it's borderline. It's definitely an argument. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad situation. Everybody involved is definitely probably impacted. I can guarantee you he's second thinking that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just in the back of his mind.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying? You're like, I could have, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm talking about the heartless can do that.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I think,
Thank you for the stars, Dan. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
Faces of Death. That's what he said.
Oh, yes. Thank you, dog. I knew it was death by destruction or something.
Faces of Death.
But yeah, and the messed up part, because now, they're going to ride this for the ICE thing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Mama
saying?
Blue said it's a 36-year-old mother of 3.
And now they did fundraise, and she didn't. In 24 hours, she did fundraise. They fundraised over $550,000.
Yeah.
Man, they're gonna get that.
Charlie Funk, I'm with you. I think I'm gonna start doing that too. He said, "I never watch violent videos online. I've seen enough in real life."
Yeah, I don't watch it, dog. And I don't watch it. I don't watch it because I be like, we have to be gatekeepers to our eyes and our brains and our minds. And some of the things we casually watch do something that's called inception.
Yeah.
And then they just put a little piece of it in the back of your brain that'll be picked up later by another little piece. And then boom, now you snap, or now I don't know what it might be.
Yeah.
So, and they don't know, because that's what psychology do. We do it to 1 million people. 10 gonna do this, 1,000 gonna do this, 100,000 gonna do that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then they play the numbers.
No, you're right. You do got to protect your,
I think you do
intake.
You do. You need a healthy balance. Like, I don't think you, like, for me, I would say this. I can't live in La La Land and not look at it and see what happened. That also pulls emotions from you. And then, and I will tell you, is that you also want
La La Land.
No, you do. And then because I'm on media and we're out here, I like to be knowledgeable when I'm speaking about something and not taking it from somebody else, because your perception of what you saw may be different than what I would see. So
you watch it and you just tell me, and then I just talk about what you said.
That's what most people doing anyway.
You watch it, and then once you say what it is, and then I'm gonna be like, I don't know, Q.
But there is some stuff
just
that
like I saw it.
No, but there's some stuff that I don't.
I've seen you do that. Yeah.
But there's some stuff that I choose not to watch. Right.
Vehemently about something you have not even seen.
We just had this happen in one of these little movies or DVDs that just came out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, but there's some stuff that I choose not to watch. Like, there's some movies that or documentaries that I won't watch.
You ever watch Faces of Death?
No.
Never.
Not
one.
You
looked at a little bit of it.
No, I don't even. I've never heard of Faces of Death.
Faces of Death 10,000. They did about 30,000 of those videos.
No.
I remember those.
They probably made a B.
Yeah. And I will tell you, like, when I was younger, I used to like horror movies. I don't mess with them either.
You know what I want to talk about, since I messed up with instead of B?
Okay.
I want to talk about how much is $1 billion.
Okay.
How much is $1 billion?
It's Freestyle Friday right here on Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Yeah, you got something you want to talk about.
How much is $1 billion?
How much is $1 billion?
And Qiana, you gonna let them know? You said if you got something you want to talk about?
Yeah, throw it in the chat. It's Freestyle Friday. Let's talk about it.
$1 billion.
Give us a call. 727-637-2416 is the number. 637-2416. $1 billion is $1 billion, and that's it. Like, I mean, when you look at it, is gonna buy whatever
What
billion's gonna buy.
can $1 billion buy you? Because see, this is what I'm looking at, right?
Okay.
I've been studying and looking up on these new deals that's being offered to the city of St. Pete around the gas plant. And I've been looking at some of the deals. I've been really looking at it. And I said to myself, one of the problems that we have is we cannot fathom what that land is really worth.
Okay.
Because so much of our lives, they have told us it was worth nothing. They told us it was trash. They told us it's a parking lot, is whatever, is this, is that. So people can't even really fathom what is $1 billion. What's $100 billion?
Well, I can fathom when you think about it.
What
When you
is
think of since you're bringing it down to downtown St. Pete, and when I think about it, you got 80 acres right there. And what I would say, there's not one condo that you can buy there that's that's not even 1,000 square feet. That's less than $1 million. Right there, right. When you just said, so when you think of 80 acres and you're thinking of 980 square feet, you're spending almost $1 million or more for maybe 1,200, 900 square feet. And then we're going to get 100 and something for 80 acres. It doesn't add up. Yeah. Right. So when you look at it, I can see it being $1 billion downtown for 80 acres.
No, hold
It's
on.
going to be 6 billion.
No, but see, that's what I want. That's why I want to walk it out.
Okay.
That's why I want to walk it out. That's why I want to walk it out. So y'all know that we got some of the biggest buildings being built downtown, right? We kind of have a building boom going on because like low impact fees and no parking regulations or lax parking regulations. This is a builder's paradise, right? That's why you see every building that's being built is always the new one. It's the biggest, right? They just did 400 Central. That was the biggest building on the East Coast of America or whatever, right? Now they're building the Ward Office area. It's going to be bigger than that. Now that's the biggest. Then the one they're planning to build is going to be the biggest.
I don't like it. And let me tell you why
I don't like it either.
And let me tell you why I don't like it. So going up north, right? The one thing is this is the Sunshine City. Right? What keep it the Sunshine City is that we don't have those tall buildings.
But no, we got the New York
to see the sun.
But we got the New York people coming down here building the tall buildings.
Right. And so this is what I'm saying. I don't like it. When you look at that, when you go to Philadelphia, when you go up there to up north, you will see that the buildings hide the sun. And the higher you go up and the more we're going to get, we're going to miss what is so beautiful about our city.
So why they call them concrete jungles?
So that's great. That's great. That's why I wanted to talk about it. Because the first floor or the first suite has already sold in one of those buildings for like 28 million, 50 million, something stupid. It's 28 million. So by the time it built, they probably might flip it for a 50 ball, right?
Okay.
That's one suite in a 1,000 room or condo. So now think about this. If we sell the Tropicana site for $200 million, right? A developer can do 10 suites in a high rise and pay for the whole 86 acres. And that's why that's why I say we got to understand what $1 billion is, right? So we can build to see what trillions is, because this Tropicana site might be a T.
Yeah.
We can't even fathom it because we can't imagine one condo selling for 28 million that may be flipped for 50 million, right? Down the line. And then we can't imagine 1,000 of those. See, expand your mind. It's 86 acres. You can probably put, I ain't gonna say the number I think you can put on there because they're gonna say I'm being bodacious and I'm not talking facts. But I can guarantee you,
I like that.
how many
buildings, stuff censoring there.
Yeah. How many 400 Centrals can we get on that 86 acres? And look how many in there.
Well, we're seeing good deals that's being made all the time that make good profit. No, I'm just saying, not here. I'm just saying in general. Like there is some good deals that's done that you can get something and then you can put your percentage on the back.
No, it's not that. What it is a true partnership where it's either a land trust or we're coming to a partnership where we split profits. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Why you saying no? That's not what
I want to say it right so that we can talk about it right, so people can research it right.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's called profit sharing. Right? Green Bay did it with the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
The city owns the team. Right? There's a few more teams, and it doesn't have to be the team because, like they say, this new plan don't even have a team on it, a stadium on it. You know that, right? The newest plan is no stadium now.
Right.
So that's why we should have put a new RFP out, because the last results was with a stadium. Now it doesn't have a stadium, and we're not putting it out to the RP. We ain't talking to the community. I'm going to the state of the city, and I want to hear what happened about the Rays. I want to hear what we doing.
Good
different.
luck.
Oh,
good luck.
It's too many talk.
No, I'm saying because I don't. I think they like Gulfport in this area. We gonna move on. That was the past. That was last year. That was 2 years ago. They ain't gonna tell you what happened with the Rays.
They ain't gonna tell us how many millions they wasted in hours.
Again, I'm gonna
they
tell
talk
you.
about this bright new future.
We could have sent some kids to college.
We're strong. We're better.
What we better than?
No, this is what they do. So
every state of the city, they start off with, "I'm here to tell you, the state of the city is strong." Like everybody celebrate. You never hear nobody say, "Hey, y'all, we doing too good."
Or you know what? Like this is what we did. Bro.
Say good luck, bro.
But that's what we need to hear. We need to hear that we ain't doing too good because that's kind of what's going on, man.
Yeah.
Fiscally, the city of St. Pete used to run surpluses year after year.
Yeah.
So every year at the end of the budget, they used to have a surplus that they'll give to nonprofits and help community groups. Because I remember we used to try to help people get on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
They don't talk about surpluses no more.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not even in the lexicon of city council. And that's fiscal responsibility that we need right now. Right? That's why we need, like, I'm glad that council are trying to change and it's a new chair. Council member Hannah is the chair and Richie is the co-chair, vice chair.
Yep.
And I think this is a good combination, right? Because you have a attorney that's been on about business her whole time, right?
Yeah.
She kind of been about business, reading the contracts and standing on it. Right. So I think her being a chair at this moment is the right counterbalance that we need from what we getting from the admin building.
Right on, to be seen. And so we talking about what's going on in the city, y'all.
Yeah,
that was a gas plant. We're asking if you have anything that you want to share, you want to talk about what's going on in the city. Give us a call, 727-637-2416. What's going on in the city, y'all? What's going on?
So, all right. So we want to circle back to our conversation that we were having. It started out about pastors, right? When we were saying the leadership and
Pastor Jamal Bryant, my pastor.
That's what kind of kicked it off.
That's what kind of kicked
and his wife in that good old dress with the skin tone, because she wasn't showing no skin.
But that's not what we're talking about. So let's not but
I'm dressing it up.
Okay. No, because I don't want to go there. Like I don't want to even talk about.
You want to go back to the dress?
No, I don't want to go back.
We
to
can't
the
end up there too.
It's a continuation of the conversation.
It's about leadership.
With
leadership about leadership about leadership, and does your leadership have to be perfect, right?
Gotcha. And
the standards of ownership, leadership, and what does that look like, and the standards that you have when you are leading somebody, right?
Or when you're a boss, or you're a manager, or you're, because I saw Coach D's live. Shout out to Coach D.
Right.
What is a boss?
Boss. Yeah, I watched
what I'm saying, and like the standards that you have for your boss, the standard that you have for your leader. Like I think all of these things, they get merged in, right? And
to be honest, boss and leader can be two different things.
They are two different things.
They really are. Yeah. Like sometimes your boss is somebody who just kind of tell you. The leader gets in and leads you and show you the right way.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so what we would say is that when you're in leadership, there is a standard that you have.
Yeah.
Right. And so we talked about, so go back to like the pastors, and when I was like, if I saw my pastor, I used the cat at that point, right?
Yeah.
If they were out, as long as they're not drinking and stuff, I personally probably would.
You did. You mentioned
can't drink. Pastors can't drink.
Come on, we had this conversation already. We're going to have this conversation in a different way, and that's not the way.
Right. That's not the way we're doing it.
So we talked about the example that you were using,
right?
Like if you saw your pastor at the Catalyst,
right, and they wasn't
how
drinking.
Would you feel about that?
Right,
would
and
you be okay with that?
I wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't have no problem with it. They're out there with their family, just kind of people just having a good time, right?
Yeah.
But I will say, but I did say that I want my pastor to have standards.
Yeah.
I did say that. I might have said use a different word. Discipline. I said discipline.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you take on a role, you have to have restraints, you have to have discipline, and there's some stuff that you have to cut out of your life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
There's just some things you just can't do.
And but you choose that road that you're walking, this path that you're walking.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to live that life, then again, you need to choose another path.
Yeah. What keep coming up in my head is the word responsibility. Because that's the thing with leadership. Even when you start, like you said, you have a job, and then you're responsible for yourself and the task that you're given as an employee for your job. But then when you become a manager or a supervisor, what you're doing is accepting more responsibility.
Right.
And if you're the leader, if this is like the business that you started or the organization that you started or the thing that is yours, you have a greater responsibility. And so that's a part of the thing that Mr. Edmond always say this too. That's why people don't sign up.
Right.
Because they don't want that responsibility. Like, I want to, preach the gospel, but I don't want to be no preacher.
Right.
Because being a preacher come with these restraints.
It comes with self-discipline, right?
I mean,
and if you don't want to have self-discipline, that's just like if you get married and you don't want to be faithful, don't get married. Because in a marriage, you're supposed to be faithful, right? And so you need self-discipline. And once you take yourself out of that single lifestyle, you then now have to live different. Right. You can't live the single life that you did once you married.
Unless you got an agreement or understanding with your partner.
Right.
People in the relationship
does define it. They do.
They define it.
Because you might find somebody that say, hey, like, you my person, but I still want to.
Or you might like be a Neo type situation. It's like, hey, man. But in most relationships, there's an understanding that it's me and you and nobody else. And if that's not the responsibility that you want, if that's not the situation you want, then you have a duty and an obligation to make that known and then change that.
Right.
But if you accept that responsibility, then you have the obligation to follow through with it.
Right.
And so when you have, again, that's why I think a lot of people, you got people who won't start businesses because, like, you know what? I'm just going.
It's too much.
It's too much work. It's too much responsibility, and like that's great. I appreciate that because people, your limitations, your capacity. I've been in situations where I was, the leader or the boss, I guess you would call it, and offered people promotions, and people refused the promotion because they're like, you know what? I don't want, I'm good. We have a volunteer right now, super volunteer with the neighborhood association, Miss Yvette. We've offered her a position on the board, tried to get hers, and she like, nope, I don't want to do none of that. But everything we ask her to do, she do, except for be on the board
because she don't want that responsibility.
Because she don't want the responsibility.
She wants she wants, even though she's gonna do it, but the day that she don't want to do it, she want to be able to say, no, that ain't. You don't want to require. Now, again, I ran restaurants like. Y'all heard my background. Like I was the area manager for Denny's, ran 11 restaurants. Right. And in like moving up in leadership, learning the pros and the cons and the things that you do and do not do. Like I remember that like I was extra nice to people. Yeah. And I shouldn't have been.
Okay.
And I will tell you is
I
what
got a similar story
because it will bite you in your rear end sometimes is that you will say like somebody will come and be like, hey, I'm tight this month. Like I need some money. You know what I mean? And I might take it out of my own pocket because I got it. Right. And I'll be like, okay, here, you'll give it back to me. And then the day that I don't, then okay. You know what I mean? The day that I can't do it, then it paints a picture that's not necessarily true. And what happens is I treated you like my friend and not my employee.
Okay, I hear that.
Right. And so you need to make sure that
that's when thin line.
It is a thin line because when you're at work.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Can you be friends with your employees?
Not at work. Not at work.
Yeah.
You can be friendly with them, but not at work. And if you see that a lot of times when corporations, like when I was at Denny's, I will tell you, we would have a whole party for our whole staff. But when we did management, we didn't invite the rest of the staff. No, we did not. Yeah. We went to each other. Like those were kind of the people who we hung out with, and that kept the separation so that there was clear boundaries that was set.
Okay,
Excuse me.
Right,
Edmund,
and you
I
have
wanna
to
hear
do
your take on
boundaries.
this.
Go
Can
ahead.
you be friends with your employees?
I mean, I've been friends with a lot of my employees. I mean, I ain't really do like corporate structure because a lot of my employees were actually my friends.
Yeah.
So when I got a chance to, hire people, I hired a lot of my friends,
Right.
and we got the job done.
Yeah. I'm on that same train. Like,
Our reality is different because, I didn't work inside of a dentist, but I had an opportunity and I would put people on.
I think
put a lot of people on, but go
I mean,
ahead.
friends. I'm talking about friends.
But I think it really just, when we talk about friends, it could be a test of the friendship. It could be a test of the relationship. And so once you bring on a friend as an employee, there is, to your point, a distinction. Like, okay, again, it's really about responsibility.
Yeah.
Because like in this role that I'm in, like I'm responsible for this whole thing and you're responsible for a part of it. So when I start coming to you, asking you about your responsibility, it's not that we're not friends. It's not that we're not friendly, but I'm holding you accountable for the thing.
And that's what I just said. What I said is,
have you ever fired a
but that don't
friend?
mean we can't be friends.
You fired a friend? Have you fired a friend?
I can't remember.
I fired a friend. Listen. Yeah.
I know I wrote my wife up.
You wrote your wife up?
I did.
You tough.
I did.
Boy, you tough.
I did. Me and my wife was working together. And I wrote her up. I was being petty though. But she hung up on me. So I'm the boss. And I'm calling her and I'm like asking her, I'm like, in boss mode. And she in wife mode. Like, no. Wow. I wrote her up, sent it to HR. HR was like, really?
But no, but
I can't believe that, dog. I can't believe that.
No, but
I can't believe that,
no,
dog.
I can't.
I can't.
No, but it's hard.
I was wrong.
Yeah,
but I
you
did.
were wrong.
I was dead wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you was
I know I
wrong.
was wrong.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was right.
But she
Because
was
she
wrong.
was the employee. She was wrong.
She
Like, you
was
don't hang
wrong.
up on the boss.
You're not supposed
We having a conversation. This is boss. This ain't husband, wife. This is boss, employee.
And but that's what you have when you look at it, and here you go, right?
Easy. Blow by.
No, because
I
back
wish
to
you
you,
would call me in and tell that story. We ain't got time.
I will tell you, I hire a lot of my friends. I hire family. I don't have no problem with doing business.
I would prefer to
I don't have no
do
problem with doing business with people that I'm friendly with, that I consider friends.
Mhm.
But when we're working,
Mm-hmm.
it's a different dynamic. I remember the first time I hired my bonus daughter, right?
Yeah.
And we in there, and she came in. I was like, no, mom is very lax. But when I say this is what it is,
Hey, I'm trying to think of who I fired, right? And then I think Q fired everybody for.
You was the one that was doing all the firing. You hired a hitter, but that's what you do. That's good leadership.
I had a hitman.
Yeah, that's good
Boy,
leadership.
and she was a lady.
No, that's good leadership.
but I'm fair.
Yeah.
But I'm fair.
Oh, yeah,
don't
you
mind.
go to the Y now. Go to the Y now.
Yeah,
We get you to the Y. And you did fire your cousin.
You got to go. You got
You
to
ain't doing
go.
the job. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got it.
No, because I'm fair. Like I'm one of them people. Like this is what the rules are. Like boom, 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 boom.
There
boom.
you go. What's going on, sweetie? We were just talking about that time I wrote you up.
It's accountability versus responsibility,
Okay.
right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
And don't both of them go together?
They do.
I think it's hand in hand. Yeah.
You know-
Absolutely.
I think that's when we come to the job, though. I think when I set the expectations up, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I let them know, we gonna have fun, we gonna smile, but we finna do this work.
Yeah.
Right.
Like my team, my homies,
right.
they know like I'm doing this work, bro. Don't even come out here playing with me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they don't.
And
The
you
ones who
set that
real,
expectation.
they know
Yeah.
the ones who
Yeah.
real, that's who come. And the ones who ain't, cause bruh,
Yeah.
we doing this, bruh. We not gonna be the ones who didn't do it.
Yeah.
Right? We
Yeah.
gonna do it. We gonna turn up. We gonna do it. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
We gonna party at the end. If we like the party, I don't know how you get down, but
Yeah.
if that's what you do, we get down. But if
When
not,
we working, we working.
we own
Yeah.
it, and it's
Yeah.
for real because we got a bar we done set, and
Yeah.
we're gonna at least reach the bar,
Yeah.
if not exceed it.
Yeah, no, that's right, and I think that's one of the most important parts of that. When you talk about hiring friends, is understanding that, knowing like the job is the job, and
Yeah,
we're
we're
here
gonna
to
do
the
it.
job.
We're gonna do
And
it.
what's crazy now that I think about it, in the last 20 years, most of the friendships that I have are rooted in some type of work.
Right.
Like I don't have friends who I just don't do nothing with. Like,
Yeah.
I just like every friend that I have,
we
we're
do
doing something
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause, like,
Almost,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the bond that we
Yeah.
have. Like
Yeah.
the people who I'm with and talking to every day that we would consider friends is like the glue for our friendship is
Yeah.
the work that we do.
Right. That's true.
Because it's like if we wasn't doing that work together, it's like y'all know I don't hang out, I don't go. You know, it's like the time we see each other, the time we engage is at work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, hey, what y'all doing today? Okay, I'm finna just go hang. Like I don't have those types of friends where we call up and make plans to just go social.
Yeah, man, let's go hang out. Nah,
No,
It's like,
but I will tell
it's
you.
like let's
Maybe.
go to this thing,
maybe.
and then after the thing,
Nah, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
It's
But I will
And it's
tell
like
you-
special occasions.
Yeah,
So,
like,
this
yeah.
we're saying, so because as we agreed that a lot of jobs have friendships in it because you
Yeah.
spend a lot of your time at your job. You,
Yeah, so
if you're
wanna-
working
yeah,
somewhere,
right.
you
Especially if you like it, like the work we do.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, that's what I wanted to say. Q, I'm sorry to
No,
interrupt
go,
because
go,
this
go.
is important. One of the problems too is when you have like a boss, and then they have a friend
Mhm.
that think that they can do everything because they friends with the boss.
Mhm.
That's another
But you
problem that I've
can when
seen.
you friends with the boss.
No, you
No,
can't. You
because
can't.
not everybody else working, but you ain't
No,
working.
you can't.
Because the boss
this-
is your friend,
I'm just
and the
joking,
friend, and
No,
the
no, no,
friend.
no, no. This is
I
the
told you you ain't
serious.
gonna do that. So,
Yeah.
so that's the thing. When you have a friend that abuses the relationship because, like, oh, I'm cool with the boss, they ain't gonna fire me. They ain't gonna do like that's when you got a problem because other people are not friends with the boss, but you are. So you start taking these liberties. You taking extra breaks. You doing all of the things that
So
you're not
like you
supposed
talk
to be
about,
doing.
so I dated one of my bosses, right?
Okay.
And I decided that after I dated, this is a long time that I'll never date no another boss. Like for real, like I did. So
Yeah.
I end up dating one of my bosses.
Did you
and
take liberties and like?
no, I got listen. He had me up scrubbing stuff that he would never have anybody else do
Oh,
because
so you
he
got
did
more responsibility,
right
Yeah.
because he didn't want anybody to think that it was favoritism, just like your wife just said.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they knew it. And so workplace relationships, because they happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
No. Workplace relationships, there has to be boundaries. There is things that happen, but there's some stuff that needs to be left at home
Mhm.
and not at the workplace. There's lines that you should not cross at the workplace.
Right.
Regardless of what happens outside of those hours that you are clocked in.
Right.
Professionalism is very real when you're running a business, when you are working a business and things like that. And this is why I will tell anybody when you're starting a business or you're working a corporate, you need a code of conduct.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
you need a book that really and stick by what that is
Yeah,
and don't
you
cross
gotta
those
follow
Your
that.
handbook. Your
then you
handbook.
need your
Yeah.
handbook, and what it happens that allows you to eliminate problems
Yeah.
that occur later on in life.
You
Right?
have to be consistent with
You
it. too.
have to be
I think that's the
consistent.
problem with what the friend dynamic is. Like, okay, you got a code of conduct, but you only apply that code of conduct
To
to
somebody
everybody
else.
else and not to your friends.
And this is why, even though, like you say, I'm the hitter,
yeah.
I'm consistent across the board. Like, you're gonna come to me, I'm gonna laugh with you, I'm gonna ha. But if you cross that line, if I'm gonna fire my enemy, I'm gonna fire my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because again, while we're at work, this is what it is. Now, outside those doors, I ain't your boss no more.
These some twin flame moments in here because she in the chat, so I want to acknowledge these. Right, so she
Okay,
says,
go ahead.
good morning. Yes, he did, but it showed others that if he did it to me, it's no favoritism. It was also about the paper I did fill out. I threw it away. Okay, yeah, she threw something away. And then my daughter is in here. She said I was the boss of a couple of my friends, and one of them called me mean and tried to tell my mom on me because I was strict on her at the workplace. Right? Look, the family is in chiming in, but we got some lived experience with this. My wife said at work, we had to kind of put our relationship to the side because it was work, but it also brought us closer, and it did. Like, because that was another story for another time. She said I couldn't get employee of the month, and she was a stellar employee. And I didn't consciously do it, but I kind of knew I couldn't do it.
Yeah, somebody else had to do.
Yeah, she said I couldn't get employee of the month for a very long time because my husband was my boss.
Oh wow!
It's like, yeah, how can I But I mean, everybody knew she was.
I ain't thinking about that. Yeah.
But when you think about it, healthy boundaries, and when you have these code of conduct that allow you not to get in trouble later on.
Yeah.
Right. And if you follow the guidelines, nobody can say that there's favoritism.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it to me, you didn't do it to somebody else. If you have those things in place, that eliminates you for getting in trouble. And I would suggest that when you're doing a business, small, big, or running somebody else's company, that you make sure that these things are in place so that you can secure your business longevity, or even your employment longevity. Because the last thing you want is for something that you thought was friendly, or you know what I mean, something that you thought was a joke to come back and bite you in the rear end. Because a lot of times when you're at work, because you are friendly with these people and you think that they're friends, you make jokes with them as if when you were off of work. And then today it may be funny, tomorrow it's not. But it's not workplace appropriate. So you need to make sure that those things are in place.
Appropriate every time you
we don't do that.
The ethics, the standards, all of that stuff apply.
And this is why when you're at work, there needs to be a separation.
That's what my daughter said. She said it's also about respecting boundaries. And so you create the boundaries saying, okay, work is work, friends is friends.
Right.
It's like when we clock out and we do that, like we do that.
Right.
But when we at work, like again, it's the responsibility and the role. And then Mr. Edmond, I love the way you framed it. Once you clear with your friends and really all of your employees, but specifically with your friends, like there's a job that we're here to do at the end of the day, and we're going to do this job. And the things that it takes for us to do this job is discipline, structure, ethics, you know what I mean? Like showing up, you know what I'm saying, not doing, you know, your do's and don'ts are very clear.
Right.
And as the manager or the leader or the person responsible for enforcing that, that's where the consistency come in and saying, look, okay, I get it. I understand that we cool, but bro, you out of line.
Yeah, you are.
And you got to be able to say that to your friends. You out of line. You got to tighten up. And if you're not able to say that to your friends and they're your employees, then that's when you send them to Qiana. Yeah, look, go see Qiana. Qiana gonna say, look, you need to tighten up, and you have multiple opportunities.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Hey, look at this handbook. You still got the handbook?
But even let's take it even further as your management staff, right?
It's 9 o'clock.
Hey, have a good day.
We'll
see y'all tomorrow.
No, that's a robust conversation. I appreciate it, y'all, and we didn't intend to go over the time, but I think it definitely speaks to the need for us to continue this conversation. So it's Freestyle Friday. Go back, listen to the top of the show, because there's a lot of things happening this weekend, a lot of opportunities for you to engage, get involved in the community, and we appreciate y'all.
All right, be the change you want to be. See, write down those 5 things. Stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes.
Shout out around the house.
This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
I'm one and only Mr.
And we out.
Beep, beep.